Hello and welcome to race number 12. Got Matt in the booth. Currently by myself tonight once again. We have less than 15 minutes of practice and then we'll be getting underway for 5 minutes of qualifying. We got 3 sets of tires tonight and 60% fuel, which would roughly make it a 2-stop. And based on cautions, could make it a 1-stop. Currently just looking at all the action going on during practice. Dean top of the leaderboard. Will Cloud in second. Will Cloud looking for a good result today. And Thornton in third. Brian Lorenzo is, I don't know, trying to spin, get some TV time. Alright, we have less than 2 minutes left in practice. Currently, Dean's still on top of the board, Will in second, in that amazing lime green scheme. I did talk with Will, and he is going to be being interviewed later on. He just got taken out by that 20. They going right there. I don't know if you want to do that. But Zachary Thorne in third, Landon Lacey in fourth, and Brown in fifth, and that's where you stand for practice as we are wrapping up. Brady Floyd was doing very well last week until he got, well, actually he was doing very well a couple days ago in the Gen 6 series until he got involved in a crash. He's currently 14th. Hopefully trying to get a better result here than he did there. I wrecked out in that crash, so that was fun. Will's trying the high lane. Well, while riding. Well, with 6 seconds left, it's going to be common. See people wrecking. 2-1-0, and we are going to get qualifying very shortly. Alright, Will's going to come in and chat. First caution. What? Is Thornton pop the ball? Oh. We're going to look at someone else. Patrick was the first person to get on track, so he gets some TV time because of that. And I don't think his first lap counted. We'll see what he gets on the second one. And currently 10th. And who's currently on pole is that guy right there, Brian, coming to complete a second lap. Seen him picking any faster, so he did fall back to third. Best he can do is second, and just fell back to third. Right now, Dean Demmer took over that top spot in 41. He just ended in the Dr. Squash that car, as we know last week. I see Thornton out there on track. Nothing. Aaron Brown in the sevens on track somewhere. Got some more angles. We got TV1, TV2, and TV3, which are all Irish angles, and they are not terrible here at Richmond. We got 3.5, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Only track I got a package on for angles. Yep, just messing around. We got 30 seconds left. I think Harrison's the only person out on track. Oh, we got Nicholas Fuller. The camera on him. And Fuller's going to be 13th. Was not able to finish that last lap. Dean Demmer on pole. Right now we are gridding up at the moment. Once people pop down there in pit road, I will the camera over to them. Thank you for tuning in. I see Steele. This guy. Go up. Just gotta wait for 4th place to pop up in there, and then I'm gonna quickly go through the rundown. Thornton's actually there for once. Oh, it was Brian. Okay, starting on pole is gonna be the 41 Dean Demmer, and to his outside, it looks like that is the 54 of Landon Lacey. Behind him in 3rd place position, the 07 of Malachi Drake. And then to his outside in 4th, the 77 of Brian Lorenzo. In the 5th place position is the 35 of Zachary Thornton. And then 6th is the 7 of Aaron Brown. And 7th is the 16, Travis Lapinus. And to his outside, in 8th, it is the 40 of Brett Merle. And now we're going to go in and see Steele is in 9th. And we have the 51 in 10th. That's going to be the top 10. And you can see on the ticker where everybody else is going to stand. No lights on the pace car. And not this time. But next time by, we are going to be going green. You can see everybody in their formation at the moment. You're going to be ready, getting going shortly. 120 laps here. 60% fuel, 3 tires, no fast repairs like normal. And Dean Demmer is going to lead us to green. Pacer is the safety of pit road, and he's going to fire away. Green flag is off. They fire a little stack up on the inside. The 54 gets going. Did he jump the start though? Green flag is out here at Richmond. And down the backstretch, Dean and Landon are side by side. Still side by side, but Dean was able to complete the first lap. But Landon Lacey trying to use that top side to complete the pass. You know, later on that side is going to be a lot more useful. A little wiggle out of the 54. But he's going to lose that momentum. Going to slot back in line behind Dean. And, you know, I'm going to try and seamlessly try and find a good camera angle that I like, because I got a package and I am going to use it. but it only works for Richmond. So there's that. I can hear a few people back there getting into the wall. Looks like they're all kind of in the train at the moment. Gonna go back here, show some of that action. Right now we're looking at Paul Urban's 51 branded Camaro. And behind him, the 48. Will Cloud was side by side with Travis making the pass, and back there teammate Brady Floyd in the 20 to the inside of Harrison Chandler. Harrison into the wall a little bit, and he's trying to defend back. Using that top side, I believe Brady is going to take him by. Because the inside, you are going to want, well, on new tires, you're going to want the inside. He is very solidly in that position right now. Going through, I see Nicholas Fuller. 14's in the battle with someone at the moment. Oh no, he's just on top of someone. Back to the 2, also ready to pounce. And you can see how quickly laps are going by here. Already on lap number 8 out of 120. Even though 120 is a lot, we're going to get there in no problem. I'm expecting cautions to happen, but we'll see how frequently they go. Because this is our cleanest bunch. Travis is giving Brady room, using that top side to defend, doing a good job of it. And Brady's going to have to settle back, try and regroup and go again. And looking at our gap for the lead, Dean's actually pulling away from Landon. And Aaron has roughly a little more than that same gap between the leaders. And Thornton is trying to stalk Aaron. This track, you are going to want to save your tires. Tires will fall off, but it's not as fast as some tracks, but you know, it's about average. Especially it was with the Gen 6. You know, with these cars, they don't use tires as often as the Gen 6. So they might be able to push longer, but we'll see. Aaron Brown going for his short runs, and yellow flag is out. Gonna try and see what caused that. Aaron Brown took a hard left into the inside pit wall. That is not what caused the yellow. I see the 2 down pit road. Having one heck of a time trying to find this yellow. We'll see. I don't think we have any takers down pit road. And I'm going to go back to trying to find what our cause of the yellow is. The biggest downside with having only myself in the booth is, well, that. And hopefully they do give me plenty of time to find the yellow. Oh, it's Brady. Back it up a little bit. And then you can see little wiggle out of the back. Don't know if he got some contact from the 29. Spins it around. That's our yellow. Gonna be going to the front, and I want to talk to Will. Hey Will, Matt and Booth, you copy?
I got a copy.
Alright, it took me forever to find that caution, so I know our time is limited. But I did want to bring you to the booth, to talk about that fancy looking scheme right now. Bright lime green, probably designed by Noah. Am I correct?
No, actually, Matt, this is my beautiful first ever scheme made in the Trading Paints Pro Builder thing. You know, the best way to make a paint scheme. But my inspiration behind this was I was looking at the standings and I saw that I never won this season yet. So I'm like, I should put together a scheme, that people just give me the win for, because who could resist this scheme?
Well, if you want to be specific, you do have a lot of cards in front of you.
Nah,
Being
they'll,
in
they'll pull out of
fifth.
the way. It's okay.
Okay, so there's 5 cards that might resist you at the moment, but we'll see if Thornton, Malachi, Landon, and Dean can, give it to you, because that is a great looking scheme.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful.
Alright, no lights on the pace car. I'm sorry for holding you up. You can go back to your chat.
No worries.
And Dean is going to pull us away. Will quickly able to get into the other chat. Did not see lights on the pace car because he's too far back. I'm sorry, Will. But Dean able to get a decent sized gap between himself and Lacey. Lacey's still there behind him, couple car lengths back. Same gap to them as Thornton managed to get around. Oh, Aaron Brown, I think, had a pit because he did a hard left turn into the wall. It was like a wheel disconnected, which stinks. He had probably lost all his time and had to go down to repair. But he's back to 19th, trying to make up some ground right now, trying to take over Brian Norsworthy for the 7th, jumping on me, 18th position. And according to my ticker, Lacey has actually taken over the lead. So we'll go over, look at the 54. No, he has not. My ticker is playing games on me once again. I love ATVO. We do have 23 cars in the field. With Darnell, something happened to Darnell. He left and he's in 21st. So we have 20 cars left in the field. And fighting for that top spot, Dean is slowly pulling away. You can see Thornton in the back of your screen too. As the run goes on, maybe Thornton can catch up to them. Will Cloud up to 4th. He just passed Malachi Drake, who has just fallen back to 5th right now, but he is under pressure by Brett Merle. And he's also putting pressure on the 48. More so putting pressure on the 48 than the 40 pressuring him. Looking through, Looks like people are kind of just single file at the moment. Closest one is Paul Urban, probably, yep, under pressure from the 89. Drew Trader, really side by side down the backstretch. And Brian Lorenzo somehow back there. He might have pitted and taken tires. And Brian's kind of cutting through this field all the way up to 9th. And that one turn, you saw him pass two guys. Two birds with one stone. And right now, he is going to be attacking the 14 of Fuller. I don't blame him for taking a tire set early on, though. Because the way these races run, there's usually an early caution. There was. And it's been pretty clean throughout. No, there has been sporadically some cautions going on. But even still, we definitely have one stop under green. I think we're going to have a second, but we will see how far everybody goes. Battle in front of him with Brett Murrell and Harrison Chandler. Harrison trying to use the outside. Yellow is out. I jinxed the field. Oh, the 9 got involved. Heavy damage to the 9. And I don't know if the 46 was involved as well. He was really slow. Oh, the 46 spun it. The 9, oh, ouch. That's gotta hurt. The 9 came down in the pit barrels. So 46 caused it, and 9 was a victim. Well, tried to avoid it and kind of got himself in there. We saw that quickly, unlike the first one. And now we're gonna. He actually got that thing going again. Wow. I thought he had to take a tow. The tire's all screwed up, but people are coming down pit road now. He just went down early. Dean Demmer is going to lead us down with a 54 tailgating him. First guy off of pit road. Is it going to be Thornton or was it Dean? It looks like it was Dean barely. But Thornton picked up a position. Passing Lacey, and we have people that stayed out. Brady Floyd stayed out. He pitted first caution because he spun. He's going to be leading a lap. Patrick also decided to stay out, even though he spun last time. That'll be interesting. And my ticker wanted to put the 4 up there as well, but he decided to come down the pits. Along with the 2 of Darnell. I thought Darnell left the session. But he must have gotten some damage early on, and he's pitting with the lap cars, I think. Jake McCarty should be getting... Actually, no, he was involved. So Darnell would be getting a lucky dog, and that's probably why he's down to 8. McCarty was a part of it, and Cochran was not a part of it. We'll see how this goes with Brady leading it. And I think the 46 pitted later. Yep, the 46 being back there. Probably pitted after I was talking about him. So it's just going to be Brady Floyd. We'll see how long he lasts in first. And he is leading laps at the moment, so he's going to be getting those bonus points. The only reason why I was able to get a bonus point in Richmond, because I stayed out as it was not being a fun race. Dean gonna be on the outside. Oh, okay. Double file. Brady Floyd in first, stayed out on old tires, but he did pit under that first yellow. Dean Dammer pitted recently, so we'll see how long Brady can stay out. Brian Lorenzo pitted with everybody, but I'm not sure if he took fuel. We'll see. He would already been down 2 sets now, and I don't know if that would be smart. Only on lap 33.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out. Brady goes pretty early in the box. Catches Dean off guard. Brady almost the meat in the sandwich. With Thornton taking advantage on the inside. And right now, second place is duking it out, but first might get collected in their fight. Thornton's going to fall back to the third spot, but Dean tapped the wall. Thornton's going to go to the inside right now of Dean. Dean using that outside to defend and actually gets a run and is going to be challenging Brady for the lead. Dean led that lap, and everybody's on the high side with Brady trying to defend down low. Right now, Dean in the top spot, and Thornton just took over second. The 54 Lacey now hopping up side 2 to try and take that over. Next guy up would be Will Cloud, and Brady Floyd held on for like 2 laps, and then it's starting to go downhill. And after Will gets by, Brady would be barely in the top 5. But I assume Brian is going to make quick work of that number 20. Being held up a little bit. Oh, a little bumper to the 20. He's going to try to go down the inside, but that's going to open the door up for the 07 Malachi Drake, who's in the wall. Drake's going to go by the outside of the 20, using Brady as a pick. And Brady actually able to defend. Yellow flag out once again. Someone spun back there. And it is starting to be more of a breakfast, and I am jinxing the field. Who was our spinner? It was down the backstretch. I saw you. The 14. Probably new tires. Probably lost it off of 2, but I'm going to find out very shortly. So everything's all good. Oh no, he got help. Aaron Brown spun the 14. Definitely not intentional, but that's what caused it. Fuller did a great job of keeping it off of the wall. Blinking out there, but he's going to be getting that machine rolling once again. And the EOL is probably going to go to that guy right there. Once again, not intentional. Stuff happens. Especially checking up. Because Aaron got on the brakes. Just did not get on the brakes fast enough or hard enough, which is very difficult. So even though I'm pointing the finger, I'm not trying to criticize. I don't expect anyone to go down pits. Maybe people in the back going for fuel only, but we will see. And I'm also really curious if Brian had to pit the first time because he was down far back. And he was cutting through the field very quickly. This last time he would have taken fuel, but that would have put him up front. The forward one definitely took 4 tires, but I don't know. Probably one of the mysteries we will never know. Yeah, we did have a few takers like the 22. Oh, Cochran came down the pits. Oh, Cochran leave? Oh no, those guys are just blinking out in the distance. Zachary throwing in that Dunkin' Donuts machine, able to spoil the party, getting his Mustang in between the Camaros of Lacey and Demmer. He's going to see if he can spoil the party. And I'm curious on how he can start from second, if he can start better than Lacey and maintain that, or if he falls back and Lacey is able to take over second once again. But we may have this be a 3-horse race. Why's green? Am I not? Oh shoot, it wasn't live. But Dean with a great start. Thornton, not so much. He's right now battling side by side with Lacey, trying to get clear of that 54 so he can set his sights on Dean. Still side by side out of 2. I do apologize. I thought I was live. I'm usually live, but I wasn't. I'm trying so hard to defend, trying to maximize. Turn got into the wall, and he might have given up to the 54. But Lacey is not cleared yet. Thornton's going to be trying once again on the top side. Pinching very... Oh, fudge. I'm not even live. What the heck am I doing here? That was a huge... Not good. Anyways, Thornton right now behind the 54. 54 has cleared him. Thornton going to have to work his way around him at once again. And I feel so stupid. We can see a little wiggle right now, and in the back of your screen, Will Cloud's still up there in the fight. Brady Floyd, he's in 5th right now. Definitely expected him to be further back. Just seeing the way everybody was going around him. He's doing good right now. Might have taken his set of tires and he's able to fight. I am not entirely sure because the tire difference between these people wouldn't be too bad. Or actually looking at the speed and the way everybody's stacked up behind him, he might still be on older tires. Because Malachi Drake to his inside and he is gone. Brian Lorenzo right now to the inside of the 20 and he's about to be gone. Behind him is a giant stack of cars. We got the 40 and the 89 of Drew Trader side by side. Drew's really high up the track. Just gives the spot to the 40. Don't know if he was trying to make sure he's giving enough room, because your spatial awareness inside of the cars isn't always like very easy. So you're trying to give space and you realize, well, I just gave 5 lanes to the guy below me and I didn't need to do that because I cost myself a position. Might be a similar scenario, might not, but Drew Trader in the 9th position. Brett Morrell in that Mobile 1 Mustang. It's going to be taking over Brady Floyd very shortly. He's going to point his Mustang below, and we'll see how Brady can defend on the outside. Those older tires are going to be hard. But the top side is where you definitely want to be, and Brady really high up the track. He's going to give up the spot to the 40. Drew Trader right now bringing the same spot. In 1 and 2, Brady is pinching more than he did last time. So definitely not letting them go through. People throughout the field are starting to get spaced out. And I'm usually looking at the people with the smallest gaps because that's actually interesting. I'm going to look at the person with the biggest gap, and I'm not going to be looking at Brian Furlong. But he has a 2.3 second gap between himself and Will Cloud. You're not going to see Will Cloud in the same shot. And behind him, Malachi Drake is nearly 4/10 off of Brian. In the beginning, it's very interesting with people close to each other, but when the tires wear, they get spaced out quickly from each other. I like racing the track, but commentating is difficult. And actually, there's an even bigger gap than 2 seconds, and that would be some of the lap cars. Like Aaron Brown, the first and only car a lap down. Yellow flag out once again. That's going to put Aaron back on the lead lap. Loading, and I'm going to make sure that, oh, Patrick has disconnected. That gives me a dead giveaway. The 46 hard into the outside wall. I'm going to back it up and show you guys, and I do know that I'm actually loading. I think he caused this himself. Oh, which wouldn't be good because he caused 2 cautions, and that wreck score is going to be hurting. So yep, got loose. Tried to save it. Overcorrected into the outside wall. And he just Alt F. Oh no. Yeah, he just instantly went to the pits. Dean down the pits getting tires. And he's going to be the first car out. Thornton not able to. Oh, I thought the 54 looked like he was ahead by a nose, but 35 looks like he took over second once again. I don't know if that's a good thing, because last time when he was second, couldn't fire off as well, and he was stuck battling the 54. 54 just, he can go whenever Dean goes. And the 2 up there is probably looking to get a natural wave around. But Paul Urban stayed out. So that's going to prevent the 2 from getting a wave. He's going to have to go fall back, because if everybody pitted, he'd be able to get a natural wave. But everybody did not pit. Unless the 54 missed pit road or just wanted to stay out and get that extra lead lap. And that looks like that's the case. This Paul Urban is coming down, and the 2 will be able to get one of his laps back. He's currently down to 6, trying to make way. And he'll be the only car that's laps down at the moment. Because Patrick looks like he disconnected. I don't think that was just a major blimp on pit road. I'm paranoid. I'm making sure I'm live. I am. With the 1 lap to go mark, iRacing will let the 2 by. And he will have a little bit amount of time to get through the field. There he goes. He is off. Going to be getting another lap back. He will be rejoining the field. Still says 6. But it said 6 when he's behind the pace car, so it should be 5. Pace car down the safety at pit road. That is getting old, and Dean's going to fire up pretty early. Zachary Thornton completely caught off guard. The 54 once again battling side by side, and that top side is extremely hard when to judge it, and he's going to lose ground. We'll see if Lacey completes the pass. Will Cloud trying to fill the gap. Thornton has battled the 40 many times in his life, and he's probably going to be pinching very hard, as he is, trying to make sure that he can keep that 3rd position. Will Cloud with a good run off, and I believe he's going to clear the 35. Nope, he's not. Almost, but he could have slid up in front of the 35, but chooses to be down there. I'll try and play it extra safe, but that just opens the door for Thornton to try and dive it down there. Will Cloud safely taking over the spot, and yellow flag is out once again. Holy cow. '40s around. Actually, he had contact multiple times, so we're going to be looking at it from far back, see if there's any history related to the accident. So initially into the turn, he and Brady made heavy, well, not heavy contact, but they made contact. That was a good save from the 40. Still trying to save it, and then the 5 got into him, and the 14 I think the 14 was just checking up. Don't think the 14 got involved. I very rarely would say racing incident, but in this case, he almost had that save. If the spin was directly after happening contact to the 20, well, that would be Brady's fault. But he was still in process of saving it, and then got tagged, and definitely wasn't the 5's fault. For people in the comments, if you want to give your input, feel free. I'd call that racing incident, but we'll see what race control has to say. So takers down pit road. Shocker. We are over halfway though. We're on lap number 68 out of 120. And I'm probably to fault for the cautions because after the first one I said we have an early one and there's usually not too many. And we've had a total, one of my tickers keeps track of the cautions. Yes, this Pierce graphics here doesn't. But we have had 4 cautions, 2 back to back. Actually, maybe 5, 4 or 5. When we rack them and sack them once again. Danny Lacey in the second place position. We'll see if he can fire off any better in second, or if it's a second place curse. Will Cloud going to be in third? He managed to get by Thornton just before the caution came out, so he's going to benefit, and he's going to be able to fire up exactly when Dean does. And as we've seen for the last couple cautions, person in third has been able to take over the second place position just because second's been caught off guard. And Thornton, who fell back to fourth, don't know how he's going to benefit. It's all up to Lacey if Thornton's going to advance after the start or if he's going to have even more work to do. And there are no lights in the pace car. We're going to be trying this once again. And we'll see how far we get. Pace car goes away. And Dean's going to fire off once again early in the box. Still catches second off guard. But will not able to pounce. Which is interesting. Actually caught Will off guard too. And Will's going to slot back into third. Right now on the bumper of the 54, you'll see if Will is able to get second, but he's under attack right now from Thornton. Thornton's peeking down low. Thornton does not commit to the low lane quite yet. And if Will wants to win this race, he's going to have to try something different because the class of the field has been Dean and Lacey all day long. And aside from the start, no one's really been able to get up there and catch them. Someone's down low on the apron. That being Brady Floyd. Don't know if something happened to him. But Thornton might have the raw speed to get up there. But as much as I do want to see Will get that first win, get a new winner, other than someone Dean, Lacey, or Brian. Actually, Dean being the winner would be something, because he's been the bridesmaid for the last couple of weeks. And to the inside for the lead, we have the 54 trying to get it over to him. He's poking down low. He's putting in a lot more pressure than he has before on Dean. We'll see if he's able to get another attempt. Right now, kind of just matching what the 50 or what the 41 does. And that time he got loose on exit, gonna open up a car length gap. Gonna give Dean a little of a buffer. But Lacey has been putting on more pressure than he has. We'll see if he can regroup. Try and do it once again. Someone back there got loose. Was that Brian? Brian got loose. He's blinking out. That's unfortunate. Looks like he has to pit because of that. Unscheduled pit stop for the 77. Gonna ruin his day. Gonna put him multiple laps down. And Brady Floyd, I don't know if something similar has happened because he is 1 lap down as well. It looks like he got into the wall, and Iverson might be telling him that his tires bent inward. We'll see if Brian is going to be able to quickly get out here, but I'm going to go back to Dean. I'm just going to be looking on a ticker, see what happens if Brian's laps are just going to continuously increase. And we'll know if he has a lot of required or not. He's definitely sitting there doing some repairs. And we still have a car length gap between Dean and Landon. Plus or minus a little bit. Landon does have a tendency to dive it more into the turn than Dean does, but Dean's picking it up on exit. Which will the bumpers be a thing? I don't know, because there's been a lot of respect from our constant runners up front. It would shock me if Landon wanted to use the bumper to get by Dean, especially because after they had a clean fight at the Roval, and Landon's also just racing for the heck of it. This is the closest I see on track between Fuller and Aaron, and then didn't know that Aaron was on top of the 51. But Irvin in 8th, Aaron in 9th, and Fuller in 10th. These guys all under a blanket. We have 35 laps to go at Richmond. And we're not even at 10:30 yet. 5 cautions. It's still really quick. Aaron to the inside right now. All going to use that outside to defend. And Paul's going to get the momentum off of the turn. He was going to temporarily clear the 7. But Aaron diving it down there once again. Actually, that time he was able to get a good run off. If he dives it down once again, he might be able to clear the 51. But both of them are going to go in really deep. The 51's actually going to slide up the track, and he's going to give the spot to Aaron, but that opens the door up for Fuller. Fuller tried poking his nose down there. But after Paul was able to clear Fuller, he was taking a very defensive line in 3 and 4. As to not freely let 14 by. 14's able to wrap it around the inside much better than the 51 is. He's going to get that machine to the inside, and his camera's going to complete the pass with ease. Irvin trying for the switchback, and all this is doing is bringing the 16 of Pinus even closer. He wasn't initially in this fight, but now he's there. These guys are side by side. Fuller, who had the spot, trying to hang on to it by using that top side to defend. And Irvin is going to have to concede. Have to fall back in line, and we'll see if Lapinus can have anything to fight, because that 51 is looking to be pretty tight. Whoa, that was that Thornton on the inside? Something happened to Thornton. Don't know if he got loose, tapped the wall, but that would be all teammates that's happened to. So I'm not sure if they have something with their brake bias to try and get a little more speed, but it has cost them. We had Brady going a lap down. Then we had Brian going multiple laps down. Brian is Yikes. 13 laps down. Brian's still on pits. That tire. Oh, he's out now. But he definitely went down the pits because Iverson probably gave him a meatball flag. He's going to be 13 laps down, so he's. Unless we get. No, we're not going to have enough yellows because you got Darnell and Brady in front of him. So all that's going to do by getting out on track going to prevent Steele from passing him. Steele only 1 lap behind Brian, so Brian's just out. Okay. That was a thing, I guess. Maybe try to get out of the way? That was a hard lick from the 77, trying to get out of the way of these lead cars. Whoa! Something's wrong with Brian. Car just went straight. He's gonna have to go back down pit road. And I wouldn't blame him if he left, but we will see what happens. That car just went straight into the wall. And he's trying, but I'm sure it is tight. This is probably the worst run that Brian's had. And I'm not sure if this league gives any drop weeks, but by staying out... I think Steele's still down pit road. Yeah, he is. So, if Steele gets back on a track...
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag is out. Who caused it this time? I see the 16 was involved. Might be another self spin, we'll find out. Yep, try to get to the inside of the 89. Oh, Brady hit the wall with a decent sized lick, avoiding that. These cars are durable, and I'm hoping he didn't break a toe link. Harmless spin, but 16 definitely caused that. Did the damage to that right side of the 20. That might be due to multiple issues. Brady was involved, so we'll see who gets the lucky dog. Oh, Darnell. They're all in front of the pace car. It does show Cochran is leading, which is really interesting. I think everybody pitted. I was looking at the replay. We're going to have a 20-lap shootout to the end. Green-white checkers are definitely a possibility. We're going to have Landon Lacey starting on pole and then on the first position at pole. starting first, Malachi Drake in second, Harrison Chandler third, and Dean probably took in 4 fresh tires. Gonna be in fourth, and we'll see how he can get through the field. With less than 20 laps to go, it is going to be a decent sized gap between Lacey and Dean. So definitely what Lacey would want to see happen here. And this strategy coming to the end is going to be interesting. No lights on the pace car, so we're going to be going green next time by.
Green flag, green flag.
Very common. Firing early in the box goes the 54, but behind them they are all fanning out. Dean to the outside of a group of 3 behind him, passing Chandler and Aaron Brown, but he's sandwiched in right now, trying to make quick work. He was up to third, but opened the door up for Aaron to try and battle on the inside. Malachi Drake to the outside. Oh, he's forcing the 7 down low, so he can get into that middle lane, making Malachi Drake go up high. He's trying to make quick work of these guys. Oh no! Dean being very aggressive actually cost him, and he's falling back to 6. And Lacey is starting to set sail. He's got 0.6 of a gap. Oh, and the 51! His caution not going to come up because of that. He got sideways a little bit, but managed to save it. You saw that bright red car top of your screen, and by the time I was able to get over there, he did save it. But he did pop that thing sideways. The way these guys are racing, I don't think Dean's necessarily out of it because he's caught back up. He got by Will. Definitely 4 fresh tires. You can't do that elsewise. Malachi didn't chop off his nose. He could have. But Dean's going to pass Malachi, put his Camaro back into third. And he is 1.4 seconds off of the lead with 13 laps to go. Dean's probably going to need a caution in order to catch up. I do see him catching Aaron Brown, but I do not see him catching Landon Lacey. And also, one heck of a run for Aaron, too. You've seen him up front before, but usually kind of is faded off. He's very solid in the second position. We might be having a new person in the booth for an interview, though. That Optic Camaro. But back behind them, 48 battling. He got by the 07, the 35 trying to get by as well. A little more scrapes to the wall. A lot of these cars are going to need a new fresh paint job. Some of them are going to need whole new cars, especially Brian Lorenzo. Which, giving props to him, most people who are good, if they have a really terrible day, will just give up. Brian's still stuck with it. He's 13 laps down. He's not going to fall back anymore because Steele is 20 laps down. So 7-lap difference. Actually, no, if he were to give up, he would lose a position because we have 8 to go. regardless, Brian is still trying to stick this out. And Dean may make me eat my words. These guys have both caught the leader. He is 4/10 away from Aaron Brown. And Aaron Brown is on top of the leader. They're going to get by the 2 with ease. And I know Aaron is absolutely not afraid to use the bumper. Coming out of 4, we have 5 laps to go here. Richmond winding down. We got Aaron getting closer and closer into the fight. Actually, he kind of is in the fight, but just not ready to pounce yet. And Dean back there in your camera shot. Dean's got the fresher tires. Four to go, and not much has changed. Actually, the gap has increased maybe a little bit between himself and Aaron. Aaron is too far back to try for a move. He's going to have to get a little closer. Probably within a 10th if he wants to use that bumper. Right now is too far out of range. It would be a Hail Mary into the turn, which would definitely be frowned upon. And all Lacey has to do is just keep it smooth for 2 more laps. And Aaron's got to try and put in one heck of a lap if he wants to get there to the back one for the 54. He's going to dive it in deep. Still not there, and the 54 is probably going to pull away on exit. Aaron into the wall. 1 lap to go. Don't know why I did that. But down the backstretch for one last time. Aaron is there. Aaron's going to send it into the 54. The 54 spins. Overcorrecting it. And Aaron Brown is going to win this race. The 54. Oh my gosh. Wait, it shows Dean. 1. Oh. So Aaron wasn't able to get up to speed, and he actually crossed line second. Dean was flying by on the outside after that move. Aaron also slammed on the brakes too, so I'm not sure if he really wanted to win that way. Will Cloud getting a podium because of that is very interesting. I still want to interview Landon Lacey as a 4th guy. Okay, so before we get to the interviews, I do want to tell what's kind of going on in the chat right now. Aaron, after that, just completely reset, and he said that he's not taking second, probably because of that move at the end, which was really, really dirty. But gotta give him props for admitting that, and would have liked to see him in the booth, but I'm sure he would have liked second under some different circumstances. And I'm going to, yeah, I'll try to fill that space with Landon. Fourth. Fourth being Thornton, so I could also move up Thornton too. Okay, so officially Aaron Brown is getting an E-Well because of that move there at the end. He's going to finish in P16. Dean won it, followed by Will Cloud and Zachary Thornton. So those are three we're going to interview. I still want to get Landon Lacey as well. But I don't know if he's going to see my message. We'll start off with third place, Zachary Thornton. Hey Thornton, Matt in the booth, you copy?
Yep.
Alright, so that finish was interesting. How,
That's one way to describe it.
throughout the race though, you were still very solid in the top three, kind of there until the end where looks like strategy played a big factor.
I just kind of kept losing because I'm a bad iRacing driver. I don't know what I've done, but clearly I've lost my touch. I'm just no talent running third every race.
I mean, third's still pretty. But throughout that there at the sorry, you can continue.
In most seriousness, it was a good race, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the next gen car. I don't do well in it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you usually crush it everywhere else too, along with Will. But kind of, what are your expectations? We got Charlotte and then the playoffs coming up.
Yeah, Charlotte should be, I don't know, pretty average race. I think that's how most Charlotte races go. They're just pretty average. So I'll probably do okay there. I don't know. I don't know, Matt. I'm slow, Matt. Help me.
I can't. I I finished behind you, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Did this race at all kind of help with more momentum? Being very solid towards the front. Because I know,
Solidly mid.
yeah, because I know usually you are competing for wins. I know not in a spot that you'd prefer, but still, you're doing very good tonight.
Yep. It was a pretty good race. There are some interesting moves towards the end. I'm not sure what Aaron was thinking. He's apologetic, but I just don't exactly know what he's thinking at the moment. But that's not my problem. All I know is I got third. It was a good top three. That's pretty much where I'd paced the whole race until I just wrecked a little bit. But it's decent.
Gotcha. Well, before we let you go, though, anyone you want to thank for your performance tonight?
Uh, I'd like to thank Will Cloud. Billy was right there with me as usual. Maybe just a little bit behind, but then I lost talent and spun. So I finished behind him, but he had a really good race. Very good job. Mr. Brian Lorenzo, I don't know what he kept doing, but he kept self spinning. Clearly he's talentless. No talent driver. Brady Floyd for being a hazard, apparently, from what I heard. I feel like he kept getting wrecked, but that's okay. He usually does okay. He usually was pretty mid, which is good. Um, and I got to thank Tyler for being race control. Um, and then of course you for being the best broadcaster in the whole wide world. You are amazing, Matt.
Oh no, I think that was sarcastic.
That is no sarcasm at all.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week, Charlotte. Maybe we'll see you in the booth. But I'm sure you'd want to
Hopefully, I'm
be
in
in
the booth
third
for a
place.
win.
Well, yeah, going for wins, but I'm sure you also want to be in here not because someone got an EOL.
Yeah,
All right, well,
you are
thank you.
correct, Matt. All right, thank you.
All right, that was we're in third place. We are going to bring up second place at the moment. Will Cloud. Will is currently live. Poor Will, I am going to end that. Hey, Will, Matt in the booth, you copy?
I got a copy.
Okay, so before we talk about the elephant in the room, in that last lap, throughout the race, you're consistently in the top 5. And if that thing at the end didn't happen, you probably would have been
I was gonna
fourth.
be one spot. Yeah. The whole night, once I got myself up to the front, I was basically a fourth place car the entire night. I was ran fourth almost the whole time, fourth, fifth, that same area, and I was gonna finish in fourth. Right where I was running the whole race, and then the uh the final lap happened, which was yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely something. Um, I did say that how apologetic Aaron was, but
Yeah,
definitely
the
didn't look good.
yeah, no, he just got in there really deep. He had like 2 tires below the apron or whatever and just got into the back of Landon. It was yeah, just not great. And it sucks for Landon because he was gonna win. I mean, he was one of the fastest guys all night and he was in position to do it. And yeah, it's just unfortunate, I guess.
Yep, yeah, he had the right strategy there at the end too.
Yes,
So
he
it
did.
does.
The 2 tire call worked out for him.
Hmm. Yeah. Does this race at all help you momentum wise? Because I know second in the scorebook, but reality, that top 5 range.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have been in this top 5 range almost the whole time. I mean, Homestead wait, yeah, Homestead was last week, I think, and I don't remember where I ended up, but I know at Michigan, I was up at the front. Volvo, I wanna say I was a distant, like, 4th. So, it's I've been there, just not close enough to finish it off. So, I'm hoping I think we have an off week, but going into Charlotte, that I'll be able to finally, get that win, the first win of the season.
Do we have it?
I think we do. Pretty sure.
Uh, oh, we
Yes,
do.
sweet.
Okay.
Yes, we do. So, yeah, you got a 1-week vacation.
All right. Nice. um, yeah. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank for your performance tonight?
Yep, I'd like to thank my teammates at Azure, Zach, Brian, and Brady, you for the broadcast, and Pierce Graphics and 4 Click Media.
Thank you. We'll have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, you too.
All right. That was Will, our second place driver. We are going to talk to Dean right now, the race winner. Definitely deserved, but we'll see what he thinks. Hey, Dean, Matt and Booth, you copy?
I do.
All right. So you're no longer the bridesmaid, but I'm sure you would have liked it to be under different circumstances. But you were the dominant car all race there until the very end with a pit strategy. So I guess
Yeah, man. Holy cow! I can't believe Aaron Brown dumped Landon, and I just stayed in the gas. I almost wrecked coming to the line, but yeah, we definitely the best car all night. I figured we ran like 30 laps on those tires, so I thought four would be the call, but like three other people in front of me took two, so um, I actually wasn't too upset about losing the lead there. I thought if I got a good restart and at least got past the first couple cars, that I was gonna be able to get around Landon and somehow move him or something, but not like how Aaron moved him. Um, but yeah, I mean, but I just made a few mistakes there. I got caught three wide, almost wrecked on the backstretch, and I was actually still gonna be pretty happy with third, seeming I was looking at the inside wall on the backstretch there, but um, yeah,
Yeah,
sucks for
I saw
Landon.
that.
I figured you did. I feel bad for Landon though. He definitely deserved this win. He made the right strategy call at the end, but yeah, I'm glad we were finally able to pull it off right before the playoffs here.
Gotcha. Yeah, gonna have a break, then going to go to Charlotte. So no, how does this help you momentum wise? Because you're doing really good throughout the race. Obviously, if that didn't happen there at the end, we would have had Landon in first and Aaron in second. But
Yeah, I mean, momentum wise, like we've been on a roll the last handful of weeks or so. I mean, we haven't finished outside the top five, so that's definitely good momentum in any sport, even if you don't win. But winning definitely helps with confidence and you know makes you more, I guess, like I said, confident in your race car and just confident that if you don't walk into the racetrack thinking you're the best every week, then you're not going to win. So I'm really happy with this.
gotcha. Yeah, really good night for you in your main competition. Brian, unfortunately, did not have a great night at all. So
Yeah, that helps us point wise too. I don't know if I got the fastest lap or not, but I know I swept everything else as far as bonus points. So we're just it's gonna be a point game from here on out. Whoever wins this championship. So I'm locked in. I'm ready to go.
gotcha. Before we let you go, anyone want to thank for your performance tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank all the sponsors that sponsor this league and Dr. Squatch. I'm not going to go on the rant I went
Oh
on last
boy.
week, but Dr. Squatch, and I want to thank you, Matt, for broadcasting. And just overall, it was a pretty clean race. Little beat and banging at the end, but uh, that's short track racing.
Yeah, no, saw you being very aggressive there at the end, trying to get that top spot back. Like, oh, I didn't know we'd see this out of Dean, but it made it very entertaining.
I had to have the dog in me at the end there, man. I had to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I know I'm kind of beat up on Will and I beat up on Malachi a little bit, but I had to get going.
Yeah, definitely made it really entertaining. I do have the standings pulled up now, and as of Homestead, because it looks like Brady uses the Sim Racer Hub for points. Says you're 91 behind Brian. That's going to close in, but by how much I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean I'm super happy I maximized the bonus points today because pretty sure our score gets reset when the playoffs start and those bonus points are gonna go a long way. So I know Brian has a lot more than I do right now, but me able to get the ones I got today and him get nothing is gonna help.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know. And as the playoffs go on, trying to get into that round of five.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's 15, then it goes to 10, then 5 or something like that.
Yep, five for
Yeah.
Kansas, and that might be a fresh start.
Yeah, even though Brian and I are 1-2 in points right now, I mean, as soon as the playoffs start, just like real life, it could all change. Like Brian and I could totally just whiff the playoffs and someone else win it, but it's gonna be interesting. it's gonna be interesting to see who comes up, who shows up in these playoffs, and who doesn't.
Yep, yeah, it'll be interesting too. Or some people who have missed races, kind of starting towards the back, they might come to life also. So you never know. But
That's that's right. And they say when you're sick, winning is the best remedy. So I'm sick right now, so
do you feel
I'm
better?
glad. Yes and no. I still got to go to work tomorrow. I'm not excited about it, but yeah, I mean the last 2 days I won last night, I won tonight, so definitely feels good to get some momentum rolling, and yeah, I'm glad we're gonna have an off week because it's been a grind the last several weeks, and I'm wanting to get better here and be healthy for the playoffs.
Yep, yeah, week to relax and we'll start Charlotte and then the playoffs begin, or Charlotte's like the last race before the playoffs?
I thought this race was, but I could be wrong.
Okay, because we have Charlotte next. Looking at the
Okay.
schedule, it says Charlotte and then the line under it saying route of 15.
Oh, okay. Because in iRacing they only had it scheduled out to Richmond, so I thought that's when the regular season ended. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
I'm yeah. So we have Charlotte one more, and then the playoffs start. But um, yeah, looking at the schedule, it's gonna be tough. They seem to play the tough races for the playoffs, so um, Iowa's gonna be really rough, and I mean Talladega, anyone can win, so should be interesting.
yep, yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for your time and have a good rest of your night. Hopefully you feel better.
Thank you, Matt. You have a good off week.
All right, thank you. All right, that was Dean. I did want to interview Landon, but I don't. He was in the waiting room and then left. But it does suck for Landon. And I really kind of wanted to hear his thought on it, but it definitely disappointment. He had the right strategy there at the end, had the car too, and just not his fault and couldn't seal the deal. With Aaron, he's very apologetic. I know Aaron's probably trying to get it into the corner there at the end. It's not being deemed as intentional, so Aaron's not going to get a suspension. But yeah, I guess unfortunate. Very exciting though, unless you're a driver. But it is almost 11 o'clock, and we will see you in 2 weeks at Charlotte. And then our round of 15 is going to begin. First set is going to be New Hampshire, Talladega, and Watkins Glen. Then after that, to the round of 10, Iowa, Chicagoland, and Darlington. And then the final 5 is going to be at Kansas, where we have 5 drivers all going to be shooting it out. I guess Brian, Dean, Malachi Drake for 3rd. Take the top 15. I think Aaron might make it. I don't know if Aaron can make it to the end. He showed some speed tonight. Oh, Will, I think, can make it. And Thornton, I think, can make it because they both missed races and they're a little far back. So that gives me 4. And I got to pick a 5th one. Aaron might be my. I'm not sure. Because he can be fast, but just the long run speed. Oh, actually, no. I'll put my 5th one probably as Travis, and Aaron can prove me wrong. See you 2 weeks.